Folks, welcome into this series of 7 Financial Blind Spots. I'm Coach Pete, joined with Jared Garfield with Tribute Wealth Management throughout America, folks. Welcome in.
Pete, glad to be here with you, Coach.
Yeah, this is a great series. I mean, 7 different things that people in the financial world that people forget about. They're called a blind spot for a reason, and they should attack them as soon as possible. But many times people don't know what the enemies are.
Right, and if you don't know what the problems are, you can't really come up with a solution. So
That's right. That's right.
Critical.
First step is identifying a problem, one that people might not know exists. So we're going to talk about the big problem that we see is many people don't plan for retirement. In other words, they don't write things down. They don't have a comprehensive retirement plan. What would you say to folks that don't have one right now?
Well, the most important thing is you've absolutely got to come up with a written plan. I like in the old movie Yul Brynner in The King and I said, "So let it be written, so let it be done." He had a lot better accent than I do. But, you know, I think you have to come up with a written plan, because if you don't know where you're going, then you might end up in the wrong place.
Was it Yogi Berra said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail?
Absolutely.
So it's one thing to say a plan, and then, you know, I have a to-do list at home. My wife has another one for me. I call it a honey-do list.
Yeah, that's right.
But we need a to-do list for our retirement plan, don't we? What are some of the main topics that you'd advise someone to at least have on a list as far as planning for retirement?
Well, one of the things I like diversification. A lot of financial professionals in our industry tend to only talk about the things that they're licensed for or what they sell, because if they don't sell it, they can't make a commission on it. And since they seem to care a lot about their commissions more than they do about whether or not you're actually getting the plan that's best for you, they're going to only limit the products that they present to you. So one of the things for me is diversification. I don't want all of my assets in one type of asset class. I think real estate can be a great way to be able to hedge against inflation. When inflation goes up and interest rates go up, rents tend to go up. We're seeing that right now. Rents have been going up 15 to 20% in some markets in 1 year. And so being able to get assets like real estate where the rents keep up with inflation, and as the mortgage rates go up, if you bought assets that were at a 3% interest rate right now, you look tremendous when the same investment properties are now financed at a 7% interest rate.
Oh, heck yeah, you do. I mean, that's a good diversification model too, real estate. A lot of people hear about real estate, they think it's like, well, I bought a house and that I lived in, and then I moved away and I kept that and I'm renting it out now. That's a starter real estate approach, right? You've got a more advanced approach to real estate.
And that's not a bad way to start, because a lot of people end up buying a house, and if they sell it so they can get the 15 or 20,000 or 100,000 out that they want to harvest out to go buy their next home, sure, they have a little bit lower payment.
Right.
But what they forget is if they would have held on to that house for 10 years, it might be worth $250,000 more, and the tenant has now paid for the house and they're buying it for you. And so you might have put down 3% or 5% on that house, but if it goes up by 100 to 150,000, your return's nearly infinite, and somebody else has bought it for you. So we love to be able to help clients not only set together a financial plan that grows with tax advantages and gives them a tax-free retirement, but also to be able to acquire assets that other people pay for you. And then what you can do is take the cash flow from that and dump it into another vehicle. And so the tenants could potentially not only be buying you houses, but maybe even cover life insurance or a 6-figure passive income.
It's the difference between having money and being wealthy, isn't it? You know, understanding the concepts you're talking about. Folks, if you'd like to get started on your own plan put together, Jared and his team are willing to help you. All you have to do is contact them at the information you see on the screen.